Summer concert season is firing up. Many fans also trying to find themselves tickets. Fans of Beyonce and Taylor Swift in the U.S. are having to shell out thousands to watch one of their live concerts. Some fans are actually finding it cheaper to fly to Europe to catch a show. Consumer protection laws in Europe have kept ticket prices more reasonable, whereas in the U.S., Ticketmaster, the platform owned by Live Nation, has a near monopoly on ticket sales. Last year, Live Nation and Ticketmaster was slapped with a class action lawsuit for high ticket prices, but the suit was thrown out after it was ruled that buyers had waived their right to sue. Very interesting. Also, trying to tie back in our earlier segment, the CEO of Live Nation was one of the only two CEOs to earn a 9-figure pay package last year. The other was Google. To talk more about the concerts and ticket platforms, I'm joined by Pavlina Osta. She's the author of 20 Things Every Motivated 20-Something Should Know, and an anchor for Michigan's TV6. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. This is fascinating because we originally talked about that fiasco with Taylor Swift, and people were up in arms. There were people who were trying to get tickets. They couldn't get tickets. Lines were jammed. Is there a better way to do this? I'm guessing had they got the tickets, there wouldn't have been so much anger, but clearly the system didn't work as intended.
Well, that's right, and thank you so much for having me on. So, I mean, Taylor Swift fans, the Swifties, are really struggling with this, and some fans even say that they've been traumatized from the experience that they had with Ticketmaster. And like you said earlier, Ticketmaster does have a little bit of a monopoly on these tickets. It's really the main place that you can get them, unless you're kind of getting them from other places, which you're putting yourself at risk for scams. A big one is Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people are trying to get tickets from there and have been scammed, which is really unfortunate. Also, other social media platforms. There are now social media platforms like TikTok and Twitter that have accounts and videos that they're posting constantly on how you can find cheaper tickets. And unless you get essentially lucky, is what people are saying, you're not going to get the tickets.
but I mean, I think back when I was in my 20s and we wanted to go to whether a sporting event or a concert, you know, big giant companies typically buy up blocks of tickets and then resell it into the marketplace at a ridiculous markup. So you obviously, you know, it's a supply and demand issue. I don't understand how we can actually solve it unless Taylor Swift is willing to do 1,000 concerts a year, which is obviously unreasonable. There are only so many seats. I mean, is there a way to do it more fairly, I guess is the question. Otherwise, we're going to have this conversation whether or not it should be regulated.
I don't know if there's necessarily a way to do it fairly. I mean, Ticketmaster could not have their server crash. That would help. Or, you know, and that's the thing too, is like Ticketmaster assured Swift's team before the ticket sales even went into their pre-sale, which was a whole fiasco, as we know, when that happened in mid-November. They assured her team that they were ready for this, you know, and there maybe needs to be another platform. Maybe, you know, I know that they're working on all different kinds of security measures so they don't have any more of these bot attacks that shut it down and sort of bottleneck their servers. But, you know, other than that, maybe having the concert venue themselves sell it. There are a few different options that could be played out, but this is just sort of the way that it's currently done. And I don't know.
I checked in on some of our friends here. Beyonce is coming to town, and they were talking about the prices, and I was a little shocked when I heard some of the prices. First, I don't know how people can afford it, but second, if you do get a ticket and you can get there is a whole myriad of things. You got to find the parking, you got to get there, you got to get dressed up. It's like a whole, it's almost like you're in this show. But from Beyonce's perspective, they don't want these things to go badly too. These are their fans. You want your fans to be happy because they're going to be buying clothes, they're going to be buying T-shirts. They are your money makers, so to speak. So Beyonce and Taylor Swift have every incentive to make sure this goes smoothly. Do you think that they would be for a breakup of Ticketmaster so that it's not done by, basically it's a monopoly? I mean, you should have other groups to choose from.
You absolutely should have other groups to choose from. There should be other ways to get these tickets. And like, you're right, they do want the best for their fans. Taylor Swift has apologized multiple times to her fans about the whole Ticketmaster fiasco. And there should be something. I don't know if they would necessarily go after Ticketmaster just because of their clout and who they are and the monopoly, like we've been saying, that they have. But something needs to definitely change. And I mean, ticket prices are high because of the inflation that's going on. A lot of that money goes towards the shows as well. Like, they are really big productions, and there's a lot that goes into that: the gas, the trucks, the staffing that is needed. So it's understandable to a degree why the tickets are high.
So
at least
very quickly, since you're the author of 20 Things Every Motivated 20-something should know, how is a 20-something person supposed to get tickets right now to one of these concerts? What's your advice?
Oh my gosh. Well, I would really not advise getting it on Facebook Marketplace. If you really want to go that route, I mean, use a credit card so you can at least try to get that money back a little bit easier. I mean, just go through Ticketmaster. That's probably the best way to do it.
Pavlina, we're out of time. Have yourself a good weekend. Appreciate the advice. Thank you.